Hello, Professor. Right now, I'll be doing the student art critic video part. So, here we go. After spending time and looking around at different exhibitions at LACMA, I noticed how each piece has its defining individual characteristics separating them from each other. It makes one wonder about the experiences and emotions that went into inspiring such breathtaking creations. As an artist creates, the use of texture, lines, color, perspective, and style play a big role in individualizing the art to them. As I was searching to find a piece that stuck with me, I came across Otto Dix. He is a German artist that created with a rawness to his paintings that he called Dimensions of Ugliness. Born in Untermannhaus, Germany in 1891, Otax was exposed to art from an early life and spent countless hours in his cousin's art studio. When World War I erupted, Dix volunteered for the German army in autumn of 1915. After serving for about 3 years as non-commissioned officer of a machine gun, he was discharged from his service and was home. Dick's mind was scared from the sight of the war to the point where he had been haunted by a recurring nightmare in which he crawled through demolished homes. He exhibited his traumatic experiences in many subsequent works, including a portfolio of 50 etchings called Der Kriegs. One art piece created by him that stood out to me is called Skin Graft. As mentioned earlier, Otak's art came from traumatic background profusely influenced his creative process. Seeing the gruesome actions that people have influence on each other made him want to share what was going on in the art world beyond the surface level happiness. Otto has said, "I had the feeling that there was a dimension of reality that has not been dealt with in art." I completely agree with this statement. There was a certain aspect about the world that in a way had been glossed over by other artists. This piece is culturally significant because it tells people's experience in the world. Otto wanted to show people the reality of the war that wasn't shown in newspapers, television, or other parts of the media. In the article, Why Violent Images Matter, it states why graphic images are important. It states, it would be also helpful to begin to try and trace alternatives to such catastrophes and to provide examples of even partial solutions. Then show those who must endure the traumas of war once was a spectacle was faded, the physically and physiologically wounded, orphans, widows, parents without children. This quote answers the question partially about why does it enrich our understanding of the world around us. Some people don't understand the sacrifices our prisoners took in order to better our future. They focus on what is there but not how it got there. The past generations sacrificed their livelihood to better the world. Like many others, I'll be grateful to my grandparents for those actions that they took. I believe we, who are given the opportunity to be here, should know the history of wars and destruction it could do to people's lives, as seen on images that Otto has created. Looking at the artwork, we've seen the monochromatic piece where the light is focused on a man's disfigurement, which we can assume was a memento from the war. It was not pleasant to see it, which is Otto's goal, anti-war, to show the aftermath of the war and the things that people endure. I believe he chose to depict it in black and white to give us a feeling of life, less aware of the man who has been forever scarred. Like others, Otto chose a colored way that supported the unpleasant feeling he was trying to illustrate. The scar on a man's face is the most detailed part of the image, which immediately draws our attention, and utilization of the different textures make it more gruesome. I found this picture fascinating because it has a deeper meaning than you would first believe as a passerby. The second artwork that I found which drew me in was by George Grosz. Born in 1893, just like Otto, George has been practicing art since his early life. He began attending a weekly drawing classes taught by a local painter and drawing images of battle scenes. His first published drawings were in satirical magazine, fake news stories, purposely for mainly humorous purpose, at the age of 17. 4 years later, he volunteered for military service, where he began to notice how immoral the German government was. Grosz focused on the corrupt nature of pompous, overfed, and self-satisfied officers and officials who had dragged Germany into cataclysm of World War I. George was one of many artists in the 20th century who were part of the Dada movement, the rise of capitalism. When taking a look, we first noticed the action that is taking place between a uniformed soldier and unarmed civilianism or protesters. As our eyes drift downwards, we see two men enjoying a decadent meal beside horror that they are completely unbothered. It shows the reality of capitalistic government of Germany in World War I. As rich sparked the war, people who are not fortunate are left to deal with the outcome. This inequality brings classes show that money and power play a big role and alongside each other in society. It enriches our understanding of the world because sometimes people choose to ignore that money gives a certain type of authority. During war, people with money used the full potential of the power to bribe their way into safety and avoid the war. Compared to people that unfortunately did not have such luck and went out to lose their lives for something someone else most likely initiated. Grosz made a decision to simplify the important idea in order for more people to get clear image. Looking at the image, as you can see, the audience clearly sees a meaning behind the lines. Similarly to his early works, which he submitted in newspaper as a type of comic, it would be seen near vital information where he would been about war. The plainness of the drawing stops you from wondering about more hidden images. It gives way to focus on what it is in front of you. That concludes my critique video analysis. Thank you so much.